Now at 6, the latest on voter registration deadlines and when you need to apply, plus how to keep your pets cool during the hot summer weather. And some area kids went out for a summertime play date. We're going to tell you about the activities.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Southwest Missouri has reported its first case of monkeypox. This is KOAM News at 6. Officials with the Springfield Greene County Health Department say a Greene County resident tested positive for the virus. They say monkeypox spreads through prolonged and close contact. Symptoms for the virus can range from a blistering rash on various parts of the body, fever, headache, and swollen lymph nodes. Authorities say this is the third case of monkeypox reported in the entire state of Missouri. The deadlines to register to vote for upcoming elections are nearing. Folks in Missouri are just about out of time. The deadline for the August 2nd primary in the Show Me State is tomorrow. For the August 2nd primary in Kansas, the deadline is July 12th. Oklahomans will also vote on the 2nd. They need to register by Friday. And in Arkansas, the deadline is July 10th for an election on August 9th.
Seems like that the younger folks seems like they don't have the desire to turn out to vote. They don't maybe think that it's important, but it is absolutely important. You know, this is the type of election that we will choose those that are going to be leading this country for the next 2 and 4 years.
You can download the KOAM News app for all your election needs. You can also go to our website for election information at koamnewsnow.com/elections. The website will include resources for all of the 4-state areas, such as polling places, deadlines, dates. You can even check to see if you're registered to vote. Once again, that's koamnewsnow.com/elections. It was a deadly holiday weekend on Southwest Missouri roads. The Missouri Highway Patrol reports 6 traffic fatalities statewide in the counting period between 6 p.m. Friday and midnight last night. Half of those were in our area. In 3 separate accidents we previously reported. Wayne Sprinkle of Jasper died in a motorcycle crash in Barton County. Bruce Dodge of Wyandotte, Oklahoma, died in a UTV crash in Seneca, Missouri. And Wayne Sprinkle of Jasper died in a motorcycle crash. Statewide, the patrol worked 107 traffic injuries. As expected, we hit triple digits today. Doug Heddy.
Yeah, not proud about it by any means, but very hot across the region. Temperatures triple digits, and you can see all this kind of pinkish, magenta color, purplish, whatever it looks like to your eyes. Excessive heat warning in effect as we go through the week. You can see the orange in Oklahoma and Arkansas. That's a heat advisory as the humidity is just a hair lower, but everywhere's smoking hot. Few little clouds, random little shower on the Kansas side earlier, but besides that, nothing's going on. Look at the heat, mid to upper 90s to near 100 degrees still. And then our heat index, the way your body thinks it is, 105 Nevada, 103 Independence, 101 in Grove, Oklahoma. We're going to drop back through the 90s into the 80s. Heat sticks around. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
See you then. It's important to keep our furry friends safe during this intense heat wave. Dr. Eva Dudek from the Parsons Pet Hospital has some tips on how to keep pets cool. One is to remember their feet. If they stand on hot pavement for too long, the intense heat can burn off parts of their foot pads.
You want to make sure that you have plenty of shade wherever your animal is kept. They need to be able to dig. When dogs dig in the ground, it's because the soil is cooler, and that helps them keep cool. You can buy a little kiddie pool, fill it with fresh water every day so they can get into that. Definitely need shade. If you don't have shade in your yard, you don't leave them out there for very long.
She also says buying paw boots and removing some fur could help protect them. There's possibly no better way to spend the summer days than playing with some bubbles. Possibly. Joplin Public Library hosted their summertime play day today. Children from 2 to 5 years old played outside for some hands-on learning. The program featured activities that included the use of water, sand, chalk, and children also saw the newest Story Walk book, Baby Beluga.
I wanted to give my daughter an opportunity to get out, socialize with other kids, and I find all the hands-on activities very important.
To learn about more events the library is hosting, go to our website again, KOAMnewsnow.com. Coming up, Missouri American Water files request to review their water and wastewater rates, plus how a Missouri school district looks to acquire more staffing during a teacher shortage. Some Missouri water and wastewater customers could see a rate increase. Missouri American Water submitted a rate review request to the Missouri Public Service Commission. If this request is approved, the bill for a typical volumetric customer, that is based on volume, using an average of 4,200 gallons of water monthly, would increase by about $12 to $13 per month. The bill for volumetric wastewater customers would stay about the same, where for flat rate wastewater customers, it would increase by $3 to $10 per month. The review is expected to take about 11 months. Missouri is changing its teaching requirements to combat the teaching shortage. The new change even applies to substitutes, who schools are struggling to find. Lauren Schwenker spoke with the superintendent in Mountain Grove and the Missouri National Education Association about the change of requirements and has the story.
Schools across Missouri are looking for teachers and substitutes, and new changes from the Missouri Department of Education are designed to help a growing shortage.
Retirement requirements for retired teachers, they've lifted the hours that they can substitute teach. So now a retired teacher can basically substitute all they want.
That's Superintendent Jim Dickey of Mountain Grove Schools. He says the district is excited about the change.
There is the ability now for a substitute teacher to receive that certification through an online training that they can do through DESE's website. Instead of, if they don't have 60 college hours, they can do this. It's a 20-hour training online. That's a great tool that is available to us now.
Now, people looking to teach who score just below a passing grade can still get their license if they've managed to complete other requirements, such as maintaining a 3.0 GPA in their college work and supervised student teaching, according to DESE. Laura Mullins, the president of the Missouri National Education Association, voiced her concerns about the changes.
There are plenty of people that met the old requirements that if they had better pay, if they had more professional rights, if they had more admin support, I think that is really what is making the difference.
Mullins also says she has concerns for the retention rate of substitutes or teachers staying for the long haul.
We want the best for kids when we're gone. I know as a teacher, when I'm gone, it's really hard to prepare, quality plans for learning when, they might be coming in, never been in a classroom, never had experience with classroom management. I think everybody loses when we lower the expectation.
School leaders in Mountain Grove believe the changes will bring more substitute teachers to the district. A little bit later, how firefighters are staying cool during this summer heat.
Plus, the heat gets a little bit worse over the next few days. We're going to check that out coming up. Well, of course, super hot, super humid for us today, even a little bit hotter than what we've seen over the past couple days. Official high at least 100. It may have ended up being 101. Pretty much mostly sunny skies. We're looking at our Lander Chevrolet Tower Cam, southeast side of the city, looking at I-44 eastbound, and of course westbound, few little cumulus clouds out there, but it's just hot, it's humid. Excessive heat warning all week long for Kansas and Missouri. Heat advisories in effect on the Oklahoma and the Arkansas side. Everywhere is just hot, and we're dry. We've been drying out the past month. It's not a huge concern right now. We don't want to slide into a drought, but it's pretty crunchy out there if you walk through most people's grass. Temperature is still sitting mid to upper 90s to near 100 degrees. You factor in the humidity, which we show by dew points, upper 60s to lower 70s. So on our scale, that's kind of in that sticky to muggy, almost soupy range, and that's where we're going to sit as we go through the next few days. So in return, you get the heat index, the way your body thinks how hot it is. Your body feels like it's 105, 104 in Webb, 101 in Veneta. Of course, hot, humid, you sweat. but it doesn't evaporate when it's humid outside, so your body kind of freaks out and says it's hotter than what it actually is. Current temperature sitting at 99, heat index 104 degrees through the evening, slide back through the 90s, 80s, eventually upper 70s later on tonight. Pretty much clear skies, a few little clouds out there, but the entire Central Plains just not much going on. Some thunderstorms up across parts of the Dakotas into Minnesota, but for us, you can see a whole lot of nothing due to a big dome of high pressure. Until that guy breaks down, we're not going to see a whole bunch of changes. We may get a couple changes in here by the weekend, but they're going to be short-lived. All right, upper 70s to near 80 by morning. Let's go through the morning hours, mid-90s by noon, and then we're going to top out triple digits for most of us. Once again, I think 101, maybe 102, the official high. 97 already by noon. Then 102 by 5. Still kind of breezy, southerly winds at about 10 to 15 to 20. There could be an isolated storm out there tomorrow, maybe one of you. And then again on Thursday, most of us stay dry. Thursday afternoon, much of the same, lower triple digits, 100 to about 103 degrees by Thursday afternoon. So of course, heat indices are going to be up there, pushing 110 for us tomorrow afternoon, pushing 110 once again by the time we head into Thursday afternoon. Much of the same on Friday, but here's the difference. Cold front slides in, could get a couple random showers, but a hair cooler, a little bit cooler, not much, but a little bit cooler as we go into Saturday. 102 tomorrow, 103s. Thursday, Friday, we're going to alert day them, of course. 93, significantly cooler. Actually, it is. It's 10 degrees cooler on Saturday, and then 100 on Sunday, 103 again by Monday. Not much in the way of rain chances in there either. Those chances you see up are just little random pop-up storms.
Meaning not at your house.
Pretty much.
Meaning someone else's house.
Yes.
Maybe. Thanks, Doug. As temperatures do heat up across Missouri, again, it can be dangerous to spend too much time outside, you know that. But for firefighters, battling flames in very hot weather is just part of the job. Madison Horner looks at the ways fire crews stay safe.
Obviously, one of the biggest things is pre-hydrating before you ever come to work. You take that consideration, you take the heat index into consideration.
Branson Fire Battalion Chief Chris Morgan says crews also keep any extended scene time on calls into mind. This is where work cycles come into play, deciding whether to call in more staff since work cycles are typically shorter because of the heat index. He says there's also the question of,
are we wearing our gear or are we not wearing our gear?
Southern Stone County Fire Inspector Dylan Honey says crews are always trying to stay hydrated to make sure they can do their jobs efficiently.
But the heat, and with all of our bunker gear and fire being hot itself, it is very hard for us to keep going.
During a fire, firefighter gear can take on the core temperature of your body, increasing that significantly. Many firefighters even wear cooling bracelets in the summer months to cool their blood down going through their bodies. Morgan says the gear adds an extra 40 to 50 pounds.
And then if you add water to it from either sweat or from the fire or anything of that nature, that can always add more to it as well.
He also says the fire crews continue to monitor the symptoms of other staff to make sure they're staying safe on calls. Things to look out for include not sweating anymore. This means they have gone beyond the heat exhaustion point.
They're sitting down a lot. They're just not, they have a stare to them. Things of that. Those are really extreme signs, so we've got to catch those early and make sure we don't get to that point.
Fire officials say after a fire, the sooner they can get gear off of crews and fluids into them, the better.
The new antenna is now at the very top of our tower. For now, we're broadcasting from a temporary antenna lower on the tower as we prepare to transition to a new, more powerful transmitter. Our signal is kind of glitchy. It's only temporary, and we are working on it. When this project is finished, we're going to be broadcasting with more power than ever. You can check out the progress anytime on our website, koamnewsnow.com/power. Coming up, how a World War II veteran from Oklahoma is celebrating a big birthday milestone. Take time now to honor a local veteran. Frank Skaggs served in the U.S. Army during the Korean War. His hometown, Seneca, Missouri, and we're proud to salute Corporal Frank Skaggs, a four-state hero. A festive Frankfurter 4th of July tradition goes even more viral thanks to a Top Dog's hot dog headlock heard around the world. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
Dog owners know how important it is to walk your furry friends. Well, this owner walked his faithful companion all the way around the world. Tom Tursich from New Jersey adopted Savannah in 2015, shortly after setting off to trot the globe following a friend's death. 7 years later, the pair completed the trek across 6 continents and 38 countries, making Tursich just the 10th person ever to record the feat, and Savannah the only dog ever to do it. Speaking of dog-related daring do, famous Frankfurter fanatic Joey Chestnut once again ruled the Nathan's Famous hot dog eating contest in New York, wolfing down more wieners than anyone else, 63 to be exact, to take down the hot dog crown. But not before taking down an uninvited party crasher. During the contest, a Darth Vader masked protester burst onto stage, bumping into Chestnut, who responded with a brief chokehold before resuming choking down dogs. It all happened very fast and clearly didn't rattle the champ, but in Chestnut's defense, if it really had been Darth Vader, he would have choked first and asked questions later too. And finally, here's a weird story I don't have a place for. An antique vampire slaying kit has sold at auction in the UK for almost $16,000. The 19th century box containing crucifixes, holy water, a wooden stake, and more once belonged to a British aristocrat with a place in the House of Lords. The curious curio went for 6 times its estimated price. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
So you need one of those antique vampire slaying kits?
Yeah, I see vampires all the time at night, right outside the station here.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, I think I need one too then.
Yeah, you need to watch out for
So
them.
when you're buying them, see if you can get a discount buying in bulk.
I will. They like to come out when the heat gets above 100 degrees.
Oh, well, this is the time for them then.
Yeah, triple digit heat the next several days, so we're going to alert the days. Very slight chance for an isolated storm. Not much in the way of relief.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. Please, if you must be out, be careful, and let's make it a great evening.
Salon service is provided